police who were quite heroic. You know, we have many officers, and you know, there were also Black and brown officers that were confronting white supremacists and putting themselves not just to protect members, but they put themselves in harm's way on the front line, facing the racist violence of white supremacists.
Oh, wait. What happened?
There were Black and brown officers were fighting white supremacists face.
That's right. As long as the officers are Black, it's okay.
It's important to note that they were different color assailants. Yes, yeah. Everyone knows that it's impossible for white people to fight other white people or Black people to fight other Black people.
Even
Everyone
though the
knows
officer that died was white, but
oh yeah. Well, that's inconvenient.
Ordered by Trump to attack the Capitol, and so there were those acts of heroism.
Ordered by Donald Trump
to attack the Capitol.
But next,
you're just jealous that she's on my side, Sitch. You're just angry.
I'm so jealous.
Angry that I'm in the know.
Uh-huh.
Sitch is watching it going, oh my God, this is horrible. But Adam said it. But Adam said one thing, so I have to say another.
Of course, of course.
Next to that, there was also acts of betrayal. And to run in the Capitol, in our nation's capital.
I'm going to back it up
acts
a little
of betrayal by Donald Trump to attack the Capitol. And so there were those acts of heroism. But next to that, there was also acts of betrayal. And to run in the Capitol, in our nation's capital, and not know if an officer is there to help you or to harm you is also quite traumatizing.
Dude, I nailed it. I totally nailed it. I make fun of my mind reading, bitches. My mind reading is apt, exceptional mind reading here. I want you to know, did I not say at the very beginning of this that I didn't watch it all the way through? Did I not say in the very beginning, well, in her mind reading, is she not saying, oh, Adam, exactly. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly how I was feeling. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I got a fucking crystal ball here.
Here's how she could have salvaged this or behaved like a fucking adult. Mm-hmm. She could have said, you know, this event was very scary for me. You know, I was fearful for my life, but, you know, the U.S. Capitol Police, you know, they protected us. They defended us. Some of them even gave their lives for us. And it's made me rethink some of my rhetoric towards policing. You know, I still think that there needs to be police, reform, but it's made me rethink the language I'm using and maybe my respect for police, blah, blah, blah. No,
not at all. Not at all.
She's like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know if these cops are all going to turn on me because we all know that cops are evil white nationalist Trump support. Like, fuck you. Like this really disgusted me when I was listening to it. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
The only thing missing in this video is like a half full gas can and like loose matches on the table in front of her. Because that's exactly what she's doing.
Like, unless the next sentence out of her mouth is like, oh, you know, this is a learning experience for me to realize that my initial fears were wrong or something, like, then shut the fuck up about this. Like, someone literally gave their life to protect you.
Yeah.
Officers have literally been like beaten up and harmed to protect you. Like, there's that one, I don't know if you've seen it. There's that one interview with the one cop who, that guy should be fucking traumatized. He was talking about how like the mob is like clawing at him and they're like pulling off like his weapons and his gear. And he's like, I thought I was going to die. And I started shouting out that I have like a wife and family. I'm like, that guy's going to fucking PTSD. He's being clawed out by like a zombie horde of like crazed QAnon MAGA rioters.
Yeah, totally.
And then him calling out that he had some wife and kids apparently was enough to wake up some of the fucking zombie rioters to like snap out of it and actually try to protect them. And I'm like, like that guy is gonna fucking PTSD. And this is what just disgusts me, is that that guy and so many other cops are like out there, they're risking their lives. There was the guy who died, obviously. There's the black officer who everyone is focusing on, who he like used his own body as bait to bait the protesters away. And you know who they think he actually ended up protecting by doing that?
No, who?
It wasn't AOC. It was Mike fucking Pence.
Oh yeah. Wow.
That was apparently nearby. Okay, so maybe Mike Pence was actually in the most danger, not fucking AOC.
Well, they were marching around saying "Hang Mike Pence."
Right. And so
Yeah.
like it disgusts me that these cops who were like, the reason that the thing went to shit was because the leadership was so unprepared. It wasn't because of the individual actions of the police involved. And that for her to just be like, I didn't know if the police were going to turn on me. It's like, fuck you. Like, just fuck you. That's disgusting.
It is totally disgusting. Yeah. 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 The police were caught flat-footed. They didn't expect the protesters to move into the Capitol area. Yeah. A lot of this has been reported on after the fact.
Oh shit.
So.
AOC donated to us in the chat.
What? Really?
AOC's here. Yeah. AOC for $1 says, the attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed, but I assure you, my resolve has never been stronger.
Wow. Well, thank you. Now we're
Thank you,
full,
Emperor Palpatine. I mean AOC. Thank you.
Now we're full supporters. Never mind.
I know I myself, there was a member, or rather there's a secure extraction point, and a secure room that you may have heard a lot of people, members give interviews from. They say, I'm in a secure location. I'm in a secure location. Republican members of Congress didn't wear masks. They refused to wear masks in that enclosed secure location.
Oh my God. She's like, I was in the secure location. I got COVID.
That is, I do think that's pretty shitty though.
That they wouldn't wear masks?
Yeah, like fucking put on them. Like, Jesus Christ, be a fucking asshole. Like,
what if they forgot their masks?
Well, I mean, sure, yeah. Well, no, someone, this could be bullshit, but I heard that the security service was trying to like hand people masks.
Oh, okay.
Once they
Well,
were
then there's
in the
no
location.
excuse. Then there's no
People
excuse.
turned it down because, yeah, obviously, if you're like rushed away from a chaotic situation, sure, you're not going to necessarily grab your mask or whatever.
Yeah.
But don't
and now we are on, just in the last 24 to 48 hours, our third a Democratic member of Congress who just tested positive for COVID because they were sheltering in that place. I myself did not even feel safe going to that extraction point because there were QAnon and white supremacist sympathizers and frankly white supremacist members of Congress in that extraction point who I know and who I had felt would disclose my location and allow me to who would create opportunities to allow me to be hurt.
So,
oh my God, this is gone full bonkers.
Yeah, so she's like, I didn't feel safe when security came to rescue me. I didn't feel safe because I knew my other representatives would turn me over to the mob. And here's what is weird. She didn't just say she felt like they would. She said she knew they would. Well, what does that mean? Nobody did that though. So what do you mean you know that? They didn't fucking do that. Nobody fucking did that. That didn't happen.
Wow. That's
like,
crazy.
That's why I'm watching this. I'm like, is this real? Is she like fucking unhinged? She really thinks that her fellow representatives are going to be like texting the fucking mob like, we're actually at GPS coordinates like 37521. Like, you got to break in here. This is where AOC is. You got to get her.
We got AOC here. AOC is the whole point of the mob. Does she not understand that Pence was the target? Does she not understand like there's really no reason to, I don't know.
Right. They were like a lot of the animus was more directed at
Pence, yeah.
At the Pence and the Republicans who were not standing by Trump. I mean, look, if there's a crazy riot mob that was willing to take out Pence, obviously they would take out AOC.
They would go after AOC, yeah.
If she was like nearby or whatever. But it's just, this is like, it's sad. If this is true, if this is her true feeling, it's sad. And it shows that we're literally allowing the next generation of politicians to be like Tumblr crazed, anxiety ridden psychopaths
Yeah.
who think that the whole world is out to get them.
Yeah. The levels of trust have broken down like tremendously. Yeah. To think that your colleagues at work would turn on you. Man, it's just so weird. It is institutional decay, like textbook institutional decay.
Yeah, and she's totally
She's
feeding into the
stoking it,
narrative.
yeah.
Yeah. It's so gross.
She's stoking it. Instead of asking herself, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm incorrect in saying this stuff. She goes straight to her Instagram followers and just like starts the narrative. It's impossible, even if she is wrong, it's impossible to walk back this narrative after she's made this hour-long video.
Right.
Testifying basically in a social environment that this is the truth. This becomes your truth. It's so crazy.
Well, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. And again, like this should have been a moment if she had an ounce of like self-reflection. Okay. This would have been the moment of self-awareness to be like, I came in this situation. I was afraid of the cops. I was afraid of my fellow representatives. But what happened was the cops actually protected me. And even the Republicans who I most strongly disagreed with, they didn't fucking like try to get a mob to murder me. And maybe this is time for me to like reflect and realize that these are just people like me. And, they have faults and problems like me, but they're not necessarily going to like try to murder me. But no, she just goes in the fucking other direction. There's no self-awareness whatsoever here.
Even after the fact, there were certain Republicans that were going to contest the election that didn't end up contesting the election because after the fact, they were like, okay, well, this is too much. Like they were self-reflective about what was going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't take them into consideration and go, okay, we need to step back from the ledge here. No. Yeah. Sad.
5-speed 1992 for $25. Thank you very much. Says, this whole video sounds like those people on YouTube who take a benign story and spin a wild yarn. But for two black sweater covered reasons, I feel compelled to keep watching.
Oh my God. We're terrible.
I like Alex in the chat says, should we start a GoFundMe for AOC to take shrooms? Yeah, I think
AOC's taking shrooms. What are you talking about?
How helpful would it be if like you could force everyone in Congress to take shrooms together?
They need they need to have like dances or something. I don't know.
Wouldn't the world be a better place?
Yeah, they need to get along. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it was bad of Trump to kill the White House Correspondents' Dinner because that was one of the events where everyone would kind of yuck it up together and like, paper over some of the animosity or just to, dial it back a bit at least. But there's there's 4 years of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Maybe being dead is maybe not the best thing.
Hades XY for $5 chef dollars says, easy explanation. She would do it.
Ooh.
Maybe.
She
Some
would.
of that projection. She's
like, of course I would take out the white supremacists. That's the whole thing. It's the argument that they make is, I mean, if you're taking out, evil people, then yeah, you should. Okay. You definitely are on the right side. Yeah.
But AOC, I thought protests were supposed to make you feel uncomfortable.
I know. So bad.
Kidnapped, etc. And so I didn't even feel safe around other members of Congress. And to be kind of fending for yourself in that way is traumatizing. And
so this is like classic problem with the woke left. It's all whatever I'm feeling is true, and it's everyone else's fault. Because she's like, because of my thoughts, okay, no one acted this way, but because of my internal thoughts about police and my other coworkers, I felt paranoid and traumatized. Like, well, that's your problem. Like, you're the one creating that reality for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. Like, you need to deal with that shit. But it's like, no, that's everyone else's fault. You should pity me and the trauma that I feel by victimizing myself.
Can't the people just curb their behavior though?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're doing absolutely nothing, but you're still paranoid, how do they curb their behavior? That's
Exactly.
that's the problem. That's totally the problem.